Hi, the White Lotus fans. Welcome to Tori Talks with Dr. S. I'm Tori. This is Dr. S. We're going to discuss Season 2 of the White Lotus, Episode 5, called That's Amore. Okay, things are really taking off now. Let's begin by talking about Tanya going to on a yacht, Palermo, with Portia.
What a beautiful trip. The yacht.
Yes.
The whole thing.
This is taking a nice little detour for her.
I'm like, it's like a vacation for me.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Her one-liners, again, I don't think if anybody else delivered it, it would be funny, but when she says to that guy, oh, did you knit your little cap?
Oh my God, what is that? Did she improvise that?
I wonder. That's a good question. We should probably look into that.
That was so funny. And no one even reacted.
One little thing, and
People
it's hilarious. Because it's her.
Yeah.
It's her saying it. Okay, then they end up in a palazzo. So this Quentin
Palazzo.
guy. Palazzo. Oh.
That's how she says it.
Oh.
No, that's what
I was like, oh God.
So she's like, we're going to his palazzo. And I was like, it's palazzo. Everyone knows it's palazzo. Or is it because we live in Las Vegas?
And there's the palazzo.
Okay, but I was like,
maybe I have no idea. But Quentin, he's intriguing,
yes.
And the whole conversation they have about love, and he only had that one love, and that I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but basically that like love affairs is just he doesn't understand.
Oh, well, he's saying it's because he had that broken heart for he still has it.
So he does
30
understand.
Years later.
But yeah, he can't move on from it, the baggage.
Because he doesn't want to be hurt that way again. Or he never stopped turning to begin with.
Or he never stopped. It's self-preservation, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't judge him for it.
No.
So when they go to the opera, Tanya has this, when she's like, is that the Queen of Sicily? Quentin's like, yes, it is.
Yes, that was
she's
so
like, hey,
good.
I know who you are. But she has a Pretty Woman moment where she's moved by
I thought of Pretty Woman too.
Instantly. And then he holds her hand and then they have a connection there. So, she is a little deeper than maybe we give her credit for.
Yeah.
Because she said she could relate. Now, let's just speed up to the absolute last scene of this episode. And why is he getting it on with his nephew?
Nephew, right?
Yeah.
So now,
it's the quote-unquote
duh,
nephew.
I can't believe, duh.
Yeah.
Well, the second he said to Portia, I have to go do something for my uncle, I was like, oh.
Well, I didn't know that. I was just like, I thought he was going to get drugs or something, which don't really care.
For some reason, when he said that, then
You knew?
Yeah.
How did you know?
I don't know. And he said to leave the door open for me, like he's just gonna, I don't know, like maybe just be ready because when I'm done with what I'm doing, I need to quickly get back here.
Yeah, I don't know. I really was surprised by it. Didn't see it coming.
Oh, I did. I'm embarrassed that I didn't get the whole nephew thing from when they first said my nephew.
Interesting.
And he's the only young guy in that whole trip.
Is that why he had to say his nephew? Because
I think so. I think everyone of the gay guys knew.
I had no idea.
I had no idea either. Literally until 30 seconds before.
That's amazing. Well, there's that.
There you go.
To explore next time.
So now, does that mean Quentin's just kind of living vicariously through, just reliving that whole heartbreak that he had? Because, he's also a straight guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel bad for Quentin.
I know.
That was so heartbreaking.
They really, I don't know if it's misery loves company, but I really feel like Tanya and Quentin really need each other maybe a little bit in a way. But
I fear that there's something eerie about that whole conversation because it was the whole I live for beauty, but wouldn't you also die for beauty? Die for beauty. And I was like, what is he going to do to her?
Pump the brakes, Quentin. What's happening?
God. Remember you said also you thought maybe there would be something about the yacht and the people dying?
Yeah, so, I think on their way back something's going to happen. I'm thinking maybe Jake, his nephew, is going to be one of the people. But I don't, or maybe him. I don't know. Because there were multiple bodies.
Yeah, yes. Oh, man.
It might look like a man's leg to me, but it still remains to be known. So keep the guesses coming if you have any. All right, let's just go to cringe Ethan finding the condom wrapper and Harper.
I loved Harper this episode.
I love her too.
I'm obsessed with her.
Well, I have to give it to the actress Aubrey Plaza. I mean, I've always liked her, but wow, she's really good. She's got real natural, snark.
I did not know anything about her when. I know. I need to go back.
It's okay.
I need to go back and watch Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch because now I'm just obsessed with her.
That's a fun rewatch.
And I know so many people love her.
Oh, because she's original, unapologetically strange. Yeah. Even though she's I don't know why people think I'm strange, but she's strange.
Oh, she's so good.
It's eccentricities of like her, and just see her in an interview. Ooh, Conan O'Brien interviews with her are the best.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so funny. So she is living her best life because they go wine tasting and she's trying to get drunk.
She's just like, little taste? No, not a taste, just pour.
It's like she wants the sass to come out so that she can ask the tough questions.
It's all in there, but she's so repressed, like so filtered, that she's just like, nope, I'm just gonna ask what I want to ask today.
Yes, she asks about threesomes.
Yes.
And Ethan comes out with a home run of a zinger, calling, which I've never heard of. Have you heard of mimetic desire?
No, but I love that. That was such a good, I want to look into that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was like, like they all seem really caught off guard by it. I was too. I was like, tell me more. I Googled it.
Oh, okay.
Because I needed to know what this is. And this is a thing. And this is where like you want what people of a higher status have. Or you'll ultimately, because you think that it'll make you of a higher status. It's very, but why does Cameron just like, he absorbs it and he takes it from him, but then he's still touching Harper's leg later, like, so you are doing it.
Because he can't help it, right?
Is it really because that
he probably doesn't
pathological?
Even, like maybe he didn't realize that that's what he was doing, right? Like he unconsciously had done it all those years with Ethan when they were in college, like sleep with the girls because he has insecurity about his own intelligence. Cameron does. So, and now he's just doing it. But he's always done it.
Is he just owning it or he just doesn't realize? It's just weird because they just talked about it and then he's...
I don't think Cameron is smart enough to even realize that he was called out.
That's true.
In a way.
He doesn't even realize.
Right? It's that whole entitlement thing.
He's so dense. Yeah.
Like where he goes up to Lucia and says like, oh, you can't be looking at me in front of my wife. F you, dude.
You owe her money.
Yeah. She did no wrong here. She's a businesswoman.
She just needs her money.
I was so mad at him when he did that.
Yeah. Just get paid for the services that you render. Well, Harper and Daphne's conversation. So Daphne, I think we know what you mean by get yourself a personal trainer.
Yes.
Because Cameron's gone a lot. Yes. So it's kind of cool the way she's playing it. I'm not condoning this. I'm not anything. I'm very neutral here. But it's just, she's just kind of like, yeah, just do whatever it takes to make yourself feel better.
So you don't feel, well, she definitely doesn't want to feel like a victim. She made that very clear, like, I'm not a victim. So if that
because she's doing it too? Is that why? I
think she does it to make herself not feel a victim because she doesn't want to be a victim, right? So maybe whenever she starts to feel hurt, right? Because I think she is hurt. It hurts her. Then she like does whatever she needs to do to feel better.
She feels like it's justified because she obviously knows that Cameron cheats, right? So then she's like, well, I can do it too. It makes me feel better. And they put on this front, or is it a front? Maybe they're getting themselves
seem authentic though.
I know. Like they're fulfilled and then they come back together and
maybe that's just their way.
Their dynamic.
I mean, I try not to judge, right? Like, hey, if you guys can manage it that way.
They really do seem okay with it. And they got their kids and get yourself a personal trainer. Moral of the story. But Harper is getting loose with it. But it's weird. I honestly feel like I'm right there with you, Harper. Like what the question she's asking, how she's like, I think something happened. Like she's not going full force.
Yeah.
There's restraint, even though she's drunk. But I feel like I can feel her complexities and I can feel what she's going through. I don't know.
Why doesn't she say something when Cameron touches her leg?
Yeah.
Why doesn't she say, what's your deal? Like, stop that.
There's the restraint, too. But also, like, is it because she's possibly going to be acting on it? So why call him out? I don't know.
There's something, she's intrigued. And she's also been trying to have sex with her own husband and keeps getting
when she says
rebuffed.
The thing about how he watches porn and she just can't live up to that.
Yeah. So fascinating, these couples.
Oh my gosh. But it's like very, I'm not saying relatable like I know, but
but in a relatable in a way where you see like everyone has their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
All right, let's talk about Lucia and Albie and this little blossoming romance. So it's so cute when she asks for money because that's what she thought was happening. Yeah. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Not offended at all. Yeah. And she's even insanely understanding. Like, don't worry, it's okay.
Oh, you didn't know. It's okay. You didn't know.
They're so sweet. With each other. They're sweet separately, but they're sweet, really sweet. Mm-hmm. So they want to see each other again. Mm-hmm. And then, but I mean, his dad, Dominic, is just not having it. And we already know why. Now, this is where the DeGrasso boys, this is where this pattern lies, right? So Dominic calls his dad out about like, this is, I am the way I am because of you. And you were my only influence. So I didn't know how to treat a woman. And then his dad is in like total denial about it. Like, whatever.
I know.
That's just what we did, and everything was fine.
Right.
So he doesn't own up to it, or maybe we really don't know. Maybe, but no, because he said his mother would cry every night.
Exactly.
She was not okay with it.
Right. I mean, maybe he just know what you want to know.
Yeah.
So that you can again not feel bad about yourself, right? Like do what you need to do to like sleep at night.
Yeah.
So that might be what's happening. And then they're kind of like in between the generations. Like, we've talked about this. Like, okay, well, who breaks the tradition?
Mm-hmm.
Who breaks the cycle?
Mm-hmm.
Albie. It's like he's trying to break the cycle, and he winds up sleeping with the same.
Yeah, I know. But he's seeing her
it's
for
definitely
who
different.
she is,
Oh, for sure.
and not just the paid professional. So I'm really worried about Albie because now the pimp is involved.
Alessio.
Okay, so he's obviously going to feel some kind of like instinct to protect her, right? But it's not good.
So then is that where the death is going to come in? Because I was a little bit worried about that too.
Right, possible. That's another good.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't let it be Albie.
No. He's kind of the Quinn of this.
Yeah, and we
season.
already got to keep Quinn, because we would have been mad if Quinn died in season 1. Yeah. So now, like, do we get to keep Albie?
Come on, Mike. You wouldn't do that to us, right?
Don't do that to Albie. Poor Albie.
No. All right, well. On the other side of this is Mia, who is persistent, to say the least, about singing, because Giuseppe, he's going to be fine, but he's not there. And then the whole thing with Valentina is only a little bit confusing because she says, you're gay, right? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Now, she kind of was flirting with her and insinuating, like, we could have a good time. But, like, doesn't Valentina know it's probably just because she wants to sing? But she does let her sing without having...
She does know.
Okay.
She's doing the same as Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But Valentina does without taking her up on the...
Not yet.
The fun.
Not yet. Maybe later, after work. Yeah, because it's the same day, right?
Oh, shoot,
She's still on shift.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, did you not love Mia's rendition of That's Amore?
And that whole distortion thing they do.
So brilliant.
Yes.
Yes, and Valentina needs to be careful because she's crushing hard on Isabella, so much so that she has now moved Rocco to the beach club to get the distraction
being very
out of the
obvious.
way. And Isabella's like, thanks, I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, it's getting so juicy. It's so fun.
Yes.
Anything else to add?
I don't know. This is just good.
There's
only 2 episodes left. Oh my gosh.
Let's keep this train going. This has been a really, really good season. Okay, everybody, let us know what you thought of this episode of The White Lotus Season 2. Please comment below and then like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.